Cool. I'm live on Periscope and YouTube, waiting on Facebook. That should be any minute. We are going to do from scratch. Decided to play a little music for you guys while I fire everything up. Cool. We're on Facebook too. All right, one person showed up on Periscope so far. Welcome. We are on, well, we've got two maybe on Periscope. I've got to start the live video on YouTube or on Instagram Live, and we are good. There we go. Okay, we are live on Instagram Live, Periscope, and Facebook Live. Let me get rid of the music. And let me get rid of the title card that says the program starts momentarily, because the program is going to start now. Okay. All week long, I have talked about Instagram from scratch. The show is called From Scratch, just so you know. Let me explain it. I'll probably explain it in every episode. The show is called From Scratch. Okay. The prefix is what the show is going to be about, and on a weekly basis, I'm going to change themes. This week, it's been Instagram. If you want to watch more of the Instagram content that I've created this week, talking about how to rocket and build an audience on Instagram, you can find my videos on my Facebook page at Todd.LIVE. You can go into my video history on Periscope and find the videos there. You can go to YouTube, and all of my videos are cataloged in YouTube, as this is a quadcast. Right now, I am live to Instagram Live, Periscope, Facebook Live, and YouTube. I can monitor comments on Instagram, and I can monitor comments on Periscope and on Facebook. I cannot monitor comments on YouTube right now, but that's probably going to change real soon. Not that I have an audience on YouTube. I think YouTube is an extremely hard platform to generate an audience on at this point in time, and they'll probably have something in the works here soon to deal with that. Look, Instagram was the topic of choice this week because, let's face it, they have 700 million users, and they grew by 100 million daily active users just between January and April of this year. It is an extremely important platform to be on, but it's also one of the most frustrating, because it is filled with bots, spammers, Forex jerks, and all that kind of stuff. And they just drive you nuts with the nonsense, the likes and unlikes, the follows and the unfollows, the stupid, idiotic, spammy comments that mean nothing, that come from multiple accounts and all say the exact same thing. It's a frustrating platform. And let's face it, you get all happy when you get 10 follows one day, but if you look at those follows, it's always a social media agency, it's always a Forex person, it's always the same crap. Every once in a while, you get a legitimate person following you and interested in you because of what you are doing. That's the gold right there. And how do we attract that gold? Okay, there's a lot of ways, and you're going to attract. Whenever you post, you're going to attract the spammers, the con artists, the idiots, the Forex guys, all that stuff. There's just no way around it, okay? It sucks. We all have to live with it. Whoever's with me on Facebook or Periscope, feel free to leave comments and ask me questions about my thoughts on various Instagram things that I talk about. Feel free to leave a comment and let me know you're with me if you're with me. And the very best platform to watch my broadcasts on is going to be either YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope. Periscope probably has the best quality, with YouTube being right there. Facebook has not the best quality, but it's really close. Instagram Live would be better, but I have to do a little trick to be on Instagram Live, and there's a sound synchronization issue that happens when I do that. So the folks on Instagram, even though I'm not getting much this morning, Instagram's usually my strongest platform despite the sound sync issue. So, hopefully people will start showing up there, and people love to chat on Instagram Live. Okay, I came up with 11 ways that you can create your daily posts or hourly posts or whatever you're doing on Instagram, just the themes of the post, in order to generate interest in what you're doing. And I'm going to go really a lightning round through it, because today I'm going to actually take you on my phone, show you how to do watermarks, and show you how to do borders on your Instagram pictures to make them look better, make them pop, and to brand them, and to make them easily recognizable among people in your circles. So look, epic content, 11 things. You can do at work shots. You can do behind the scenes at work shots or behind the scenes of your life shots. The world through your eyes, things that you see out there that are interesting, neat cars, pieces of art, food, animals, it doesn't matter. Free learning content. Every once in a while, plug your services or products. Motivational quotes. Motivational quotes are huge, okay? Huge, unfortunately. I mean, a lot of us like roll our eyes when we hear that motivational quotes are something you have to do, and they're huge and they're effective. I know it's boring, it's trite, it's trivial. Everyone and their mother does it, but it works. It works. For whatever reason, it works. Motivational quotes. Yeah, we just did that one. Happy customers, questions and tag someone. Competitions and giveaways, collaborations and networking, and finally, posts about being thankful. That one's probably my favorite one, and I didn't even think of that one until I was looking at Owen Video's catalog of content, and he has a lot of posts where he's thankful to his grandmother, to life, to America, to being, born and raised here, to being an entrepreneur, to his children, to, fighting cancer. I mean, whatever has been in his life that he can be thankful for, you can probably find it in a post that he's done on Instagram somewhere. It's good content. It's good, wholesome content. All this stuff is good stuff in moderation. You don't want to just do motivational quotes. Boring. You don't want to just do thankful quotes. That would even get boring. Even if it's true to the heart and genuine and all that, people don't want to come to your page or see your stuff, and it's always an emotional tearjerker. Do it every once in a while, or a reflective piece. About how thankful you are to be alive, or to someone in your life, or your kids, or whatever. So, all right. So that's what we talked about all week. And if you're interested in that, go watch the Instagram from scratch 1, 2, or 3 this week. Jam-packed full of good content that walks you through who I selected on Instagram that I follow that is a good example of each of these types of Instagram content themes. So, check those videos out. Leave a comment. Let me know that you were there. If you have any questions, reach out. Let me know. You can go to my Todd.LIVE page. You can contact me through that. And if you're at my Todd.LIVE page, check it out. If you're there, sign up to my email list. I'm going to be doing a lot with my email list soon. So I think when you show up, I do believe there's a pop-up. There's several places that you can subscribe to my email list. I encourage you to do so and reach out. Let me know that you did, and let's start a conversation. I like to get to know the people who are with me. So let's bring my phone up. And last time I brought my phone up, these are the little things I have to get used to doing as a broadcaster, because I haven't been doing them every day for a long time. But I brought my phone up yesterday, and then I put in my phone code, which really doesn't matter unless you stole my phone. But and no one that is going to watch these videos has stolen my phone. But I learned that don't put the phone up until I've put in my code, just to play it safe, right? I've also gone into my private messages when I've been live with the phone on the screen, and that's kind of a no-no. Even though there's nothing there, they're private messages. They're private for a reason, right? Okay, so this is my Todd.LIVE Instagram page. Okay, this is my home screen. Fucking crush it with live streaming. I will help you go live. I'm a live stream video mentor and tutor and coach, or whatever you want to call it, digital product creator. I'm working on my first product right now. And you can click to connect to my Facebook page right there. I'm in Irvine, California. Very easy to find me, track me down. And of course, this is my page full of content, and it is a mixed bag. I've got screenshots of work I've done. I've got artwork. I've got pictures and beer, and pictures of my studio, and food, and more beer, and tickets and experiences, World Domination Summit, the Adam Carolla podcast event that I just recently went to. I've got a lot of stuff in there, but we are going to talk today about managing your Instagram account in an effective way. And that's really not the focus of this tutorial broadcast, but I'm going to share a little bit of that with you because it just makes sense to. But I'm going to show you how I if you notice on here, all of my pictures have a black border with the little white in the middle. The white is put on there by Instagram. The black border is put on there by me. If you scroll really far down in my feed, you'll see where I'd never, at a point in time where I didn't put the black border. Okay? I think my content and my page looks a lot more professional with the black border. It's a nice touch. Everything has a black border on it. See how there's a black border right there? Everything has a black border. It just makes it look nice. It's different. It sets me out and not that it's a huge deal. It doesn't make me the greatest Instagrammer by far. Look, I have 3,245 followers. And I would say that maybe if I'm lucky, 10% of them are truly people interested in me, interested in what I have going on and would ever interact with me. The rest of them, it's just, I'm telling you, it's a lot of just fluff, people that follow you to hope to get followed back. But the black border. The other thing you can notice on these pictures is I have a watermark in the lower left-hand corner. On most pictures, I have a watermark on the lower left-hand corner. Occasionally, I put it on the right side if I have to, but I try not to. And even on my videos, let me see if I can find a video. Where is a video? I know I've got some down here. Okay, here's some videos. Here's me in the airport in Salt Lake City. Okay, I even cartooned this one, but there's my watermark in the lower left-hand corner. That's good for branding. Does it need to be on every photo? I think so, except I found one instance where I did not use my watermark. I snatched a picture from Justin Wu's post about getting verified on Twitter and how he did it and how he got a Wikipedia page. And I put my watermark down in the lower left corner, and then I started thinking about it. You know, I'm repurposing and sharing Justin Wu's content. It's his content. I don't think I need to personally brand, you know, even though I'm reposting his on my page and helping him out and giving him some applause and some kudos here. I just didn't feel like it was a good place for my personal branding watermark. So I left my watermark off that one. But I mean, I took a drink of a beer one night. I put my watermark on it. I put my watermark on everything so that people know it's mine. And, you know, I hope that helps. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. And it's not hard to do a watermark. It only takes a second. Here's a video I did. Watermark at the bottom. So black border and watermark. Now, before I get into how exactly to do the black border and watermark, let me show you a couple things. So here's my phone with all my folders full of stuff. If you notice on the second folder from the top left, it says Instagram. Everything in that folder has to do with Instagram, and it has programs or apps in it that I use on a daily or almost daily basis. Those are all the hot apps, the things that I want to use so that I can do Instagram. So here's a couple. I'm going to give you some good tips here because, you know, there's a few problems with Instagram. One is making your content look good. One is hashtagging, doing comments. When you do comments, Instagram doesn't have a return button. So if you want to create paragraphs and things, you have to do it outside of Instagram. So I'm going to show you quite a bit more than the watermarks and the borders. So you're here and you're going to get some bonus material. Let me tell you, and it's good stuff. So, and feel free to leave a comment at any time, and feel free to share my video, my live broadcast with your Twitter feed, with your Facebook crowd. Sharing is caring, and it helps big time. Okay, so I have 3 screens full of things that I use. Now, there's certain things that I use way more than others. So I put everything in one place because I got tired of going from one place to the next, trying to figure out where each thing was in order to build a piece of Instagram content. I wanted it all in one spot in its own Instagram folder. Everything in this folder is Instagram related, and I generally either only use it for Instagram or primarily use it for Instagram, such as the notes or the Google Docs. So Google Docs, let me tell you something about hashtag management. I use Google Docs, the app, for hashtag management. And if you go in my Google Docs and you go into my Instagram hashtags, here's a bunch of hashtags: branding hashtags, marketing hashtags, podcast hashtags, travel hashtags, video, entrepreneur. I actually need to work on this hashtag list because it needs some updating. Vlog, creator, social media, YouTube, Facebook, Periscope. There's all sorts of hashtags there. So I will copy and paste whatever hashtags I need, and I take them into notes. And when I go into notes, I go into something like this, where it's where I can create my paragraphs and use emojis and using the periods between, because what Instagram will do is they'll shrink. If I don't put all those periods there, they're going to bring that word influencer and put it right behind the fire. And I feel like my mouth is dry. Pardon me while I take a drink of water. Southern California, it's been kind of humid, but it feels dry today and it's hot. And I have the air conditioner on in here, but I think all these lights are just driving me nuts. Okay, so So I will copy my hashtags and I will mix and match the hashtags. So I have a bunch of creator hashtags. I have a bunch of live video hashtags. I have a bunch of Todd.LIVE branding hashtags. And I will pick and choose, and I'll like copy a whole block of hashtags, bring them over, copy another block of hashtags, bring them over, and then I might eliminate some of the hashtags. But I copy, like if I want the creator hashtags, I copy and paste all of them and bring them into notes. Then I hold down on the screen and it didn't give me the select all there. Let me see. Let me try to get the select all. Then I come here and I just hold down on the screen and I hit select all and I copy it. And then I take it over to Instagram and I post it. Okay. So that's that. So between the documents and the notes, that's how I manage my hashtags. Then for, let's see, I'm going to give you a little bit of bonus content too. So you see those two apps, Square Ready. Okay. Those apps turn a piece of content into a square. So I'm going to do this really quick for you guys. So I'm going to take a picture with my phone. Boom. Okay. There's a picture with my phone. Now I'm going to go into Square Ready. That picture is not a square picture. That picture is a portrait picture, so it's longer than it is wider. It's like a rectangle up on its end. So if I've got a Square Ready for videos, and I've got a Square Ready for photos. So I go in here, and I go into my albums, and let's see here. I'm going to go into my albums. I'm going to go right in here into moments, and there it is. There's the picture. So I can adjust it the way I want. And then when I'm ready, I can crop it by hitting that check mark, and I can go put it in my albums. And I always do the highest resolution. Why not? I end up erasing these pictures anyway. You have to wait for the little ad to run. It's irritating, and I don't think they have a paid feature. So you just have to sit and wait. Sometimes you can tap the top and get the little X to show up, and it goes away. So the export is completed. So now I can back out of that app. So now it's Square. Now, you can also add borders in Square Ready, and on the video, I do, because Snapseed only does photos. But in order to add the border, I go into Snapseed, I hit open, I choose my photo. Now, you can see one's rectangular and one is square. The picture next to me is a giant pickle hanging on a keychain from Jimmy John's. That's their bathroom key. So first off, a Jimmy John's with a bathroom key. That's questionable right there. Why is a Jimmy John's in a neighborhood they need a bathroom key? The other thing is that pickle is the size of a suitcase, and it's hanging, and it's probably covered in fecal matter because people take it to the bathroom and probably drop it on the floor in there. So I really didn't like having to get that. Okay, so let's go back to putting a border. So here's the border, or here's the picture. So in Snapseed, you push the little pencil button, and it goes into all the editing features that you can do. The only thing I use in Snapseed right now is the frames. So I go into frames, and I actually have one that I use all the time. It's number 12, and it's always on number 12. It by default, it stays on the setting that you choose. So if I choose number 11 and I exit out of this app, next time I come in, number 11 is going to be chosen. Well, I want all of my borders to match, so when you go into my page, it all is uniform. So I choose that, and it's already there by default, and then I hit the button at the top that says Save, and then I usually save and just modify the original because I'm going to throw it away anyway once I post it, and then I can back out. I'm done, okay? So then the last step is I go into what the app is called Watermark Pro. And if you see Watermark P and Watermark V right there, the two icons that are in the middle that look the same. Watermark P is Watermark Photo, okay? And Watermark V is Watermark Video. Both of them have watermarks that they put on your content unless you pay to upgrade your status with that app. And I think it's $5 per app, and I upgrade. I always upgrade when I can to get rid of advertising if it's just a few bucks. And I always upgrade. I always upgrade to get rid of watermarks that are representative of the app itself. So Watermark Pro has their own watermarks. If you don't pay, when you go post it on Instagram, you're going to see a little clear watermark down at the bottom that says Watermark Pro or made with Watermark Pro. I hate that. Nothing says amateur hour more than a business or an entrepreneur posting content to any platform with a watermark that can be gotten rid of for under $100. And particularly when it can be had, you get rid of the watermark for under $5. So nothing says amateur hour, louder than that. It screams amateur hour. So, okay. So I created a picture. So let's go into Watermark photo. And here you've got multiple image, single images, templates. I don't have time to figure out how to batch Watermark. I probably should, but right now I just do single image. Okay. And if you go into camera, that allows you to take a picture. We don't need to do that. We need to go into library and we need to select the picture that we're using with the border. And for whatever reason, it's not the second one, or the last one. It's the one right before it. And so there are 3 watermarks that I have used in the past, with the newest one being on the left, the one that I used last being on the left, ready to go. And I choose it. Okay. And then I can shrink it. I can blow it up. I can do whatever. So if you notice, there's a little dotted line, and when you see that dotted line up there, so that dotted line is the square. It's at the bottom too, if you can kind of see it. So that helps me line up. It's an imperfect science here, but what I do is I shrink it down to a certain size, and you see that trash can with a circle around it. I try to frame it to where the top of the dotted line, the top dotted line is right at the bottom of the circle on the trash can. And the bottom dotted line is right on the frame. You see that? I know it's going to be a little bit tricky to see, but it's there. That gives me the right size. And if I do that on all my images, it's not going to be exactly perfect every time. So when you look at all my images, it's in the exact same location, but it's so close that the most critical person would only be the only person that would notice that it was a little off. So that's what I do. I square it up with that. And then and by making it that size from top to bottom, it kind of forces me to be the same size from on my width from right to left. So that's what I do. And then I hit the check mark, and then I hit the other check mark, and then I hit library. And then when I go in, and there's a check mark, it tells me it's done. So when I go into my library, my camera, and it will be the last one. Look at that. Black frame, watermark, right on the bottom. Ready to go. Now, of course, I'm not going to use this picture. I'm not going to post it to Instagram, but it's ready to go. It didn't take me long. And when you've got square ready to go to make your photos or your videos square. You've got or photo or video. You've got Snapseed to do the border on your photos. You can actually put a border on your photos or your videos within Square Ready, but I like doing it in Snapseed better for photos. For videos, I do it in Square Ready, and I choose the third. You'll have to play with it, but you have to make sure you choose your color. It defaults to white every time. Even if you use black every time, it's always defaulting to white. And then there's a way where you can push it through 4 different border thicknesses. I use the third border thickness. It seems to match the one I like in Snapseed the very best. And then I watermark. I have the watermark photo for the photos. I use the watermark video for the videos, and I have the same watermark in both of them. You know, me with my arms up in the air, and Todd.LIVE and the social channels that I go live to. Now, it goes beyond this presentation, but I'll give you a little bit. If you want to create a watermark, you need a transparent image. You need a PNG file. And you've got to do it in Canva, or you do it in Photoshop, or I'm sure there's other programs out there that people use, but I do all my work in Photoshop, and I create a transparent, and I remove the background, and you get that little checkerboard, that gray and white checkerboard, and I email that to myself so I can put it in my phone. I save it to my phone, and then once you use it in Watermark Pro, video or photo, it saves it in there like you saw. It keeps it as the, and if it's the same one you use every time, it's over on the left-hand side however many watermarks you have. So, once you get it down, really where you spend your time is on hashtags and writing the description of your content on Instagram. You don't spend a whole lot of time doing the cropping, the watermark, and the border. But I do it in that was the wrong order. I do it in the order of crop it first so it's a square. Then I put the border on, then I put the watermark on. The reason I do the border before the watermark is you want the watermark to go on last so that you get the border there first. The border is part of the foundation of the image, and that if you put the watermark on there first, you might overlay the border on top of the frame or border on top of the watermark. Or the watermark might be crooked, and then you got to start all over because you can't create a watermark, save the image, and then go back into Watermark Pro and edit that original image. You have to go and get your original image that has no watermark and start from scratch. So you want to do it in that order: crop, border, watermark. The other thing too, I'll just mention in Watermark or in Square Ready Video, if you don't record the video in landscape format, which is holding your phone sideways, or if you don't film with an app that has 1-to-1 ratio, which gives you the square, then what it's going to do, it's going to letterbox your video. And I'll show you an example of a video that I had letterboxed. And I don't like letterbox videos all that much. This one's letterboxed, okay? And it's got those black boxes on the side. And I did put a border on it, because if I didn't put a border on it, you would not see the black band at the top or the bottom of this image. It would just go straight to the white. And I'll see if I have a horizontal video that I've done. I think I do somewhere. When you have pictures that are somewhat horizontal, the Square Ready can't square it up either. So like if it's a rectangle, when you bring it in, it's going to put these white bands, and you can change the color of the background, but it's going to put a white band. Let's see if I can find the videos. I honestly don't know if I have any horizontal videos, but I try not to letterbox anything. I do have an app that I use to create square videos. Here, I'm really not angry in this video, and I probably shouldn't have posted it because I do look a little angry and serious. But this is a square video that I created, so I didn't have to edit it in Square Ready to make it square. And I was able to go in and put my black border on it, and that black border was put on there by Square Ready, and then watermark it. I'll show you the app if you want to look it up. It's a good app, and it does a lot of stuff. It's Video Hance. And look at this. Oh, I got to X out. So here's the opening screen to Video Hance. Apparently, I had a project open, so it didn't open to this screen. This is the opening screen to Video Hance. So you've got the 1-to-1 ratio, and you've got the 16:9. If you go into the 1-to-1, you can record a new video, and it's going to be square. Okay? It's the only app I've found so far that allows you to record a square video. Now, the downside of this particular app is it doesn't give you much time. Instagram allows you to record for like a minute, okay? This thing is allowing you to record for maybe 30 seconds. So you don't get to create as long of a video as Instagram allows you to create. And sometimes it's hard to fit everything you want to say into a video this small. But it's there. And oh, and you can you can go in here and you can do other things. You can do overlays, you can put vignettes and all sorts of enhancements on it to make your video look better or look vintage. Let's see here. Oh, I lost the project. Anyway, there's lots of things. I'll create something really fast and get back to that. There we go. All right, bring me up to the screen. Okay, I got to hit the checkbox. Okay, so I can add frames. I mean, I can do a frame in here. Look at this. There's a frame that's too big. These are too big. I like doing frames where I do frames. I don't want to do frames in 7 different places. But if you want to do frames, I mean, look at that. If you want to do something like that, I mean, it's there. It's there. Oh, hold on. I don't want to. I'm going to get rid of that. Let's see. What else can you do? Oh, shoot. Not done. You can do the overlays. You can mess with the color. You can add frames. You can do some motion. What does the motion do? Oh, you can speed it up or slow it down. I'm not going to do that. How do I get out of that? You can mess with the audio. You can edit. There's all sorts of things that you can do in this app, but the important thing is you can create a square 1-to-1 ratio video. So, all right, look, we have covered a lot of stuff today. I'm actually surprised that I went 45 minutes today. Let me get rid of that layer here. But you know, good content. I mean, when you're rolling with something and you're helping people out, I've had 2 people stay with me on Facebook this entire time. I'm forever grateful. I don't know who you are. I'm figuring one is Michelle, since she liked the video, but that doesn't mean she stayed. So I don't know who's with me. Feel free to leave a comment and let me know that you're hanging out with me. If you're watching it on replay, please do the same. You can share the video out if you know anybody who loves using Instagram and you think they can benefit from the tips I gave you today on how to do borders, how to crop, how to put a watermark on, how to organize your Instagram folder so that you can go in and do things very quickly. Let's retouch on that really quick as we're closing out. So I keep in here, you know, some of the video apps that I use, my notes and docs. I keep the most important things first and foremost. And the first and foremost things are my Instagram account itself, okay? I want that right there. Notes, docs. I have this thing called followers, okay? This will tell you who's following you, who's not following you back. There's a paid version. I haven't paid for the paid version because I don't broadcast anything from this, but it lets me know who's unfollowed me. It lets me know who's followed me. And so somebody unfollowed me. This person unfollowed me, and they probably followed me 2 days ago in order to hope that I follow them, and they were going to unfollow me anyway. So I'm going to get rid of them. See ya. But it gives you a little idea about how things are going on Instagram. Artisto, if you like the videos that I created with the comic book style kind of look at this. Watch this. So I'm going to create a video with some movement, and I'm going to go up and down, and then I'm going to stop it. And watch here. I can choose from all these different styles. Minecraft Mania, Cinnamon. I mean, there's all these styles. You know what? I don't remember which one I like. Let's see here. So you're getting some extra content here. I think this one's always turned out pretty good. Born Home. So you hit it, and it actually you have to have a Wi-Fi or an internet connection for this to work. If you're not, so there you go. If it's a small video, it only takes a second. Now, I have paid to get rid of the watermark. So I'm going to have, let's see here. I'm going to have to find a way to restore the purchase because I've paid to get rid of that watermark on this thing, and it's putting it there again. So I'm going to have to figure that out. I've already paid. So there's going to be a way to restore it. Let's see here. That makes me unhappy that that is back because I have paid for this thing. And they're wanting more money. Oh, you know what it is? It's every 30 days. Look at that. That's what's happened. It's not a permanent license. It's every 30 days. So if you want to remove the mark for 30-second video length for 14 days, it's $1.99. They're offering it right now as a sale for $1.99. Look at for $2 a month. If I'm using this, if I'm going to create one post, even just one post using this artistic thing, I'm going to pay the $2 and get rid of the watermark for the month. I mean, it's worth it. And people love those posts. Let's go look. I actually think you can hear them playing when we're online. I can't hear them playing, but you can while we're live. Let me see if I can find one. Here we go. Oh, you know what? I got to turn the sound on. All right, I love that one. I'm at an airport. I'm in Salt Lake City, and I love the people coming behind me. There's an escalator back there, you know, one of those horizontal escalators. They don't go up or down. They just run people from one long end of a hallway to the other. I love how with the comic book style, it just captured all this and just did it nicely. And see, there's no, oh, thanks for the love, whoever that was on Facebook. There's no watermark, and it's a brilliant piece of content. It got 60 views, which is pretty good. And in my opinion, worth the $2. So look, with that, I've given you some great stuff. I'm closing out the week. From Scratch is just a Monday through Thursday thing. I might go live occasionally on Fridays, but I'm not even going to announce it. I'm just going to do it when I do it. If I've got some good From Scratch content that I'd like to share with you guys, I'm just going to turn it on and go. So if you're following me on Facebook, if you turn on notifications, you will be notified, and you get to come in and hang out and join me and talk if you want to talk. And learn some good stuff. Next week, I don't know what the topic's going to be about still. I want it to be about YouTube. So the odds are high that it's going to be YouTube something. It might even be TubeBuddy. I'm really fond of TubeBuddy. So it might be that. But I could talk about TubeBuddy all week long. And if you're growing a YouTube channel, TubeBuddy is an essential requirement of growing your YouTube channel. Even though I'm only at 161 followers or subscribers on YouTube, my subscribers have grown greatly after using TubeBuddy, and they allow me to optimize my videos and my content so that in the long run, everything is set up to make the channel bigger and more noticed by the community out there. So I think it's good stuff. Listen, that all being said, tonight I have a live video live at 8 o'clock. And part of the hook is you don't know who the guest is going to be. Now, I've mentioned who the guest was throughout the episodes during the week. If you were watching, you may already know. But I do not do any pre-recorded production, I mean, I do a little bit of pre-production as far as I create some lower thirds that are customized to the guest, but I don't do any other pre-production or any promotional stuff prior to the show. I wanted this show just to be easy. You turn it on and you go, and I get to have fun with whoever's there, whether they're on the video with me, being interviewed and talking to me, or they're in the crowd talking and communicating with us through Facebook, Periscope, Instagram, or not YouTube because I can't monitor YouTube comments. But, you know, I'm just not going to even say who's going to be on. You know, you got to show up to find out. So I'm always working hard to get good guests. I've only had 3 episodes so far. They've been smashing successes. Had lots I've had 3 great people: Peter Nez, Jen Nelson, and Ross Brand. And I've had an amazing crew of people who have watched, commented, shared. It's all about sharing and commenting. We get that going on this show. It'll allow me to get better and better guests, and we'll all have more fun in the long run. Prime time, 8 o'clock Pacific. Wherever you're at in this country, it's 8 o'clock California. That's what you got to figure it out from. That's when we go live. And gosh, we had an episode last night that went almost 2 hours, and people were talking for almost 2 hours. It was awesome. It was long, but it was awesome. So with that, folks, I'm going to start closing things out. Thank you so much for being with me today. Thank you for watching on the replays. Subscribe to the Todd.LIVE Instagram. Subscribe to Todd.LIVE YouTube. Subscribe to my news list. Hit the notification buttons wherever you're following me so you know what's going on and when it's going on. And I am forever grateful that you spend time with me in your day. It means everything to me. You have so many choices out there in this world, and you're spending some time with me. I love it. I do not take it lightly, and I will do my very best to give you the best quality content I can on a daily basis. So with that all, have a great night, stay productive, and I will see you from scratch Monday. Take care.